P is asking. Read the question. And these are some very good problems I picked up, some 6 very important one. Just only velocity of point P. We can also find out angular velocity. Find N, also find. Well, I'll bring this also for you. Angular velocity of point P about 2. This point O is the center of the circle. What is actually this total situation is? So this is a circle. I'll draw it. Okay, there's a center of circle, and I'm going to take a rod. There's a rod. There's a rod. This AB is a rod. I'm just going to move the rod. I'm asking what is the velocity of the point P where the rod, when it comes in contact with the circle. This is a circle. This much information is there. And this is the, you take it. So this is the radius R. And what is the state of rod? I'm going to move with a constant velocity, and there's a point P. I think now this will be, you can make it out. So let this be the Y. So as you move the rod, what's happened to X and Y? They are going to vary, no? But what happened to R for different positions will remain same. So you draw one more diagram where the rod, I'll show this one. After some time, the rod will be here, no? After some time, the rod will be here. You can see, no? So what happened to X and Y? They are variable, no? So let me write the equation now. R is equal to R square equal to X square plus Y square. 2R dr by dt. Anyway, R is a constant. So differentiation of that will be 0. 2x dx by dt dy by dt. Dx by dt is what we given. Y we don't, Y is there, and this will be Vy. Keep it like this here. No? So what is Vy is equal to Vy equal to x by y into Vx. Now when x equal to 3r by 5. When x equal to 3r by 5 is asking what is the velocity of the point P of a rod. So I'll take help of again this. So what is r square equal to x square plus y square. 3r by 5 whole square, that one. So this will be y is equal to how much? Will be 3 by 4.
Sir, 4R by 5, sir.
4r by 5. Yeah. Y equal to 4r by 5. So substitute here. So this will be 3r by 5, 4r by 5. And of course, negative sign will come. What do you mean by negative sign? X increases, Y will decrease. That's why I didn't took the negative sign. So if you want, okay, keep it here. So this will be 3 by 4 Vx. What is Vx? Vx is what? Equal to V, no? Now there are two velocities are there for the point P. What are the two velocities? One, it will have y component Vy, and the other is what? X component. The resultant of that is what? The speed of the point P. So what is the speed of point P? Should be equal to Vx square plus Vy square. So 5V, Vy equal to how much? This one. So substituting this, I think we'll get 5V by 4. This should be our answer. Can we calculate angular velocity of point P? Yes, we can calculate, no? What is the angular velocity? Should be equal to Vp by R. Now, how that velocity will be directed? I think we can't just take a decision like this, no? At that instant, you should calculate what is the angle made by the resultant velocity. I think directly we should not write. We should be very specific about what direction the velocity of point P will be. The velocity of point P we should calculate, and the component of velocity directed perpendicular to the line joining OP should be taken, that one. So can you remember the tangential velocity idea? So VP, I'm not sure is it perpendicular to R. We have to check it because we know Vy and we know the Vx, that one, and we know Vy. So the Vp will be somewhere in this direction. Okay, now check it. Is it Vp perpendicular to R? If it's not perpendicular, component of Vp perpendicular to R should be taken for to get the angular velocity. Okay, fine. I just added because the basic definition you have to get it. So here I'll give the small diagram. This is the point P. So we don't know. The Vp will be somewhere, I'm assuming, like this. So let this be the perpendicular direction. I'm just giving idea. So try to solve this. So this is R, no? And this is O. So what should be the angular velocity, no? Angular velocity about O should be theta, may be 0 also. It all depends upon the problem. You have to verify that. Okay, this is about some, sir, where is the circular motion? Now you have to ask questions, sir, where is the circular motion? Who is moving? Because say, if I just asking you only Vp, some constraint equation, but I'm bringing here angular velocity, sir, where is the circular motion? Don't think that only when object moves in circular path, there should be circular motion. You see, there's the angular velocity of point P I'm asking. I just brought intentionally so that a student will have a generalized idea. Okay. So I'll give one more example of this kind.
Sir, is the rod always moving parallel, sir?
Yeah, it's there, no, given, no? Velocity, I gave the direction also. Similarly,
Sir, if it is
yes.
always moving parallel, then VP will be tangential, no, sir, to the circle. Then always the angle will be like 90.
Yeah, it should be. You have to verify that one. That's why I left to students, no? Now one more condition. This is the so here is a particle. So I want the angular velocity of the particle is moving. The particle P. There's the origin. So the particle, it is moving parallel to axis. A particle P is moving parallel to x-axis with a constant speed v. Find angular velocity of the particle about O. This will be really troublesome for you. And I'm giving this distance, let it be equal to b. At what distance from the x-axis? At a distance b. This is a given for us. Is it anywhere circular path? We are not seeing, but as the particle about origin will have angular velocity. Okay, what is this? Actually, it happens like this. Huh? If you see here, you look at this one. So after some time, in a particle P is here, no? After some time, you look at that arrow, tip of the arrow. Tip of the arrow is moving horizontally. Able to get this? I think I'll bring one more line. You see red color dotted line. Now try to see this. So the tip of the arrow is a particle. It is here after some time. So what's happening to the particle? It is moving along x-axis, no, parallel to x-axis. But look at the radius vector. What do you mean by radius vector or position vector? Like a directed from the origin to the particle. Is it rotating? Is it rotating? Yes, it's rotating, no. So it is here. It is after some time. After some time, where do it will come? Try to see this. So look at the theta now. Look at the theta angle made by this r bar, this arrow, green color arrow with horizontal. Is it varying? Yes, it is varying, no. So therefore the radius vector is rotating or position vector is rotating. That's why there is angular velocity. So let me give this initial angle as theta. What all given things for us? This initial angle is theta. So look at this theta. It will be different. Theta 1, theta 2. Let me give this distance b. Are you looking at the theta? Yes. So therefore, it will have angular velocity omega naught. This omega naught we have to calculate. What is the basic definition? What we know, we don't know this r, no? We don't know this distance r. So what is OP? OP, I'm going to assume let OP equal to r. Then sine theta equal to b by OP, or OP is equal to b by sine theta, or this is equal to r. So I got the value of r. Now I should resolve this velocity vector also. So this will be the theta. So one more small diagram. This will be theta. You resolve this velocity. V perpendicular, other will be V parallel. Look at the V perpendicular should be equal to V sine theta. So what is V perpendicular should be equal to R omega naught. What is V perpendicular should be equal to V sine theta from here. What is R equal to? B by sine theta. And this is omega naught. This is the angular velocity.
Sir, it is v sine square by v, sir.
Sine, it come in numerator. Getting the idea, no? So particle just moves along straight line. So it doesn't mean that. So if you stand at origin, then you see as you can describe, you can find out angular velocity. The idea is like this. Sir, I'll stand at A. Then you can write B omega. That's all. So depending upon where you are, you can assess that particular angular velocity. So now can we go back to projectile motion? In projectile motion, we do have like I'll project the particle. Then when particle is at highest point, what is the angular velocity of the particle about the origin? I think we can keep on ask things no for you. So much of data is there I can ask you. So anywhere I can introduce this concept here. So this is called like a general planar motion. What is this? This is called like a general planar motion. It's not that particle must move in circular path. So you write this is R1, R2. Let me take you to some more few more problems. This is the this is the you just read the question. I'll make correction. It is J cap. The velocity of particle moving in a curvilinear path varies with the time t as at t equal to 1 second. Find at, an, comma, a and r. R means radius of curvature. So look at the velocity of particle. How do it's going to move? You do one thing first. You differentiate once. You get some picture. What to do with the problem. Okay, let me begin like this. There is a so he has given the velocity of particle v bar equal to I'll start like this 2t I cap plus t square j cap. Let me differentiate this dv bar by dt. This will be 2 I cap plus 2t j cap. So what is dv bar by dt? That is the basic definition. A bar I'll write it. Okay, now what is for curvilinear motion? What is this a bar? So the roughly path what happened with t equal to 1, so you write this is ds by dt, dx by dt. So for I'm just putting a path like this. Huh? So it's a rough estimation, just only to make you understand. To make you put t equals 0, the particle will be at rest, and let it be at origin. Let's assume that one. Then this you can write it as x component of velocity will be 2t. Then dx by dt is equal to 2t. So this will become equal to t square. Similarly, vy is equal to t square dy by dt. So y should be equal to t cube by 3. So put t equal to 0, 0 0.1, 0 0.2. Then locate x and y. Then you'll get some resultant path. Are you getting that one? So then what happen? We are going to get some resultant path. So here I'll just assume that somewhere like this. Okay, got it? No. So it's some rough idea like this. Somewhere the path like this and all. So now at t equal to 1 second, t equal 0, the particle let it be at origin. Okay, let this be the y and x. So just I'm giving some idea so that you'll understand what is the thing. So exact path we have to work out here again. So what you should do, put t equal to 0, 0 0.1, 0 0.2, 0 0.3, like that, calculate the position of x1, y, join all the locus of all that points, you'll get a curve. You try later on. Now t equals 0, it is here. This is a bar. Look at that a bar, how it will be directed. 2i cap plus 2j cap. 2i cap, 2j cap. Okay, now let's one more thing. There are one more thing is there, no? Like a particle moves in a curved path, it will have two accelerations, so one tangential, other normal. What do you mean tangential? Tangential acceleration is rate of change of speed. What is the tangential acceleration? Tangential acceleration should be rate of change of speed. And what is the normal acceleration? Normal acceleration is due to change in direction of motion. Okay, I'll readjust this one. This will be y. Now let's go back to the basic definition. I'll keep it in corner because they are not very important for us. Now, how you define tangential acceleration? Rate of change of speed, no? And we have velocity. So what is the speed? Speed will be root of 2t whole square plus so shall I differentiate this? I'll get the tangential acceleration because there's a definition, no? Rate of change of speed. I think, can you remember? Tangential acceleration, just rate of change of speed here. And all be directed either in the direction of v or opposite to v, based on if speed increases or decreases. So let me differentiate that. This will become 1 by, this will be 1 by 2. As it is, this will be t square. Now, in the numerator, I'm going to differentiate. This will become 8t plus 4t cube. Differentiating this inside the root, this will be 4t square, will be 8t, t to the power of 4, this will be. So this is the tangential acceleration. At t equal to 1 second is asking. The whole problem is at t equal to 1 second. So what should be the value of this? Eight plus 4 here, 4 plus 1,
6 by root 5.
6 by root 5. This should be the tangential acceleration. Keep it tangent. So there's a total acceleration. No? This total acceleration can I write in the vector form? 2 square plus 2t whole square. And this is at 1 second because our entire problem is asked for 1 second. At t equal to 1. So this will be 2 root 2. Or a square will be 8 that one. So this will become 2 root 2 meter per second square. And we know when particle moves in a curved path, what are the total accelerations? A square should be equal to a n square plus 8t square. So a square is how much? It will be 8. So if I square it, how much will get? 8. Do we know a n square? We don't know. 8t square s we know. 6 by root 5 whole square. Solving this, we'll get the a n value. A n will be 2 root 5. This is the normal acceleration. So what is this? Normal acceleration. Okay, we got 80 a n. How to get the radius of curvature? At t equal to 1 second, we'll calculate the speed. At t equal to 1 second, what is the speed? So, and how all these quantities are related. There's a symbol for radius of curve. Can you remember something rho? What is rho? Radius of curvature. Now look at this. It should be 2I cap plus 2t j cap, no? So therefore the path, looking at the acceleration vector, the path will not be like this. In fact, it is going to be somewhere like this. So here it will have two accelerations. One, total acceleration vector like this. There's a rough diagram I'm giving to make you understand. Any correction is there, you are supposed to make it. So this is AN. Because I have to show that A 2I cap plus 2J cap, no, it should be there in the first quadrant. There's a path. Now, what do you mean by radius of curvature? The center of the arc. The center of curvature at that instant, at t equal to 1 second. Fine. So this is some curvilinear motion if it comes, no. So we are able to manage it. But this definition is very important. Many asked you, sir, what is the difference between dv bar by dt and dv by dt? dv by dt is rate of change of speed. dv bar by dt is what? The total acceleration, rate of change of velocity. So dv bar by dt in the circular motion indicates a bar. At indicates tangential. dv by dt indicates tangential acceleration. And for an, we write v square by rho. What is rho? Radius of curvature. So it should be somewhere here. We don't know where the curvature, somewhere here. This will be the center of curvature. So let me take this a point P. This is the center of curvature. So where this PC is what? Rho. At that instant, that C is the center of curvature. This is the basic idea of this problem. Able to understand all of you? So these are some generalized ways of asking some questions. So means now, let me introduce to the core idea. So if a particle, I think we need one page. Where are we? Page 14. Now come for. So one more thing. So means like, sir, if it moves in a curvilinear path, this is the best description I'm going to give regarding the best conclusion you can see. It'll be like this. So when particle is here, how the speed of particle is increasing. We'll take the example. Speed of particle continuously increases. So at the point 1, it will have velocity, say v1. Then it will have normal acceleration, an1. It will have tangential acceleration, at1, and the total acceleration will be like this. Got it? I know. So when it, and where the radius of curvature? The radius of curvature we had, no? So something. So this will be the radius of curvature. The center of curve will come somewhere here. So this will be the this is a point P1. So what is P1 C1 will be rho 1, radius of curvature. And when the particle P2 arrives here, I have to show this. And when particle P2 arrives here, tell me like now how the tangential acceleration will be. The tangential acceleration will be like this, at2. What about normal acceleration? The normal acceleration should be in this direction. What about total acceleration vector? Will be like this. And the tangential velocity will be in this direction. What about the radius of curvature? Radius of curvature you extend like this. the radius of curvature should be, the center of curvature will come here. So this should be the C2, that one. So where P2, C2 should be equal to, look at the radius of curvature, will it be constant? For a circle, it will be constant. For there's a path. And now again, when the particle arrives here, how it will be now? How the normal acceleration should be directed in this direction. The normal action will be there somewhere like this. If it moves along a straight line, then what is the normal action? Will become 0. If this is a speed increasing. Speed decreasing means what changes you are going to make it. The same curve if speed is decreasing. Means finally we are, if can we describe the path of mosquito? Yes, that's what finally we have reached there. So here decreasing speed. So there's the increasing speed, there's a decreasing speed. So how the A normal will be directed like this only. There won't be change. But A tangential is going to be opposite to the speed decreasing, no? And the total acceleration vector will be like this. Got this? So now at point P2 will go for. At point P2, so first A normal, velocity V2, tangential E2, total acceleration vector will be somewhere like this. And the center of curvature will be somewhere here for this, and it will be like this. There's a very generalized idea a student must have. So this was the last, at last you have to conclude, oh, like this, if it moves in some zigzag path, some curved path, can we describe the motion? Yes. Probably you should have some better information. 7:30 chemistry class. Huh? Okay, last one problem I'll discuss of Pathfinder. Oh, yeah, very simple one. 2 minutes I'll end up. A dog running with a constant speed is chasing a cat that is running with a constant velocity u bar. During the chase, the dog always heads towards the cat. At an instant, direction of motion of the dog makes an angle theta with that of the cat, and the distance between them is r. Find the magnitude of acceleration of the dog at this instant. So look at this one. A dog running with a constant speed v is chasing a cat that is running with a constant velocity. During the chase, the dog always heads towards the cat. How to draw the diagram? Okay, this is the, I'll start from here. Okay, look at the one. Chasing a cat that is running with a constant velocity u. Okay, let the velocity of the cat, let it be u. The action motion of the dog makes an angle theta with that of the cat, and the distance between them is r. How the, so is it, shall I put like this? The action of motion of the dog makes an angle theta with that of the cat. So here I think the diagram, you can see that a little bit some correction I'll make it. So here actually the cat will have velocity u, and this is the velocity of the dog. This is a dog. This you put it. Okay, this should be the exact diagram. Some dotted line, I'll bring it. So this angle is what? Theta. And this distance is r. So it's asking now find the magnitude of acceleration of the dog at this instant. Okay, let's go back to the small introduction of, once again, I think we have to go back to the circle idea. This is what the axis, no? We take it. And what about the velocities? We know this will be a normal. And how the tangential velocity? Tangential velocity will be somewhere like this. And what about the omega? The direction of omega will be in this direction. Let me write V. These are symbols what you are familiar, V. And let R be the radius. So what are the formulas we know? V equal to R omega, AN equal to V square by R, omega square R, or also we can write V into omega, no? And look at that, how omega and V will be directed. How that omega and V will be directed. So if you shift this omega, the vector will come here, no? If you shift that omega, the vector will come here. Shall I bring omega bar here also? You're supposed to do imagination actually. So I'll introduce all this one. So this is actually three-dimensional area, no? So this is AN. Yeah, let's bring that one. So these two are how AN and B should be perpendicular. So I'm just taking help of this one. If the velocity is like this, yeah, we can make it. This is a tangential velocity, this is AN. So this should be 90 degrees. Take it X. This is Y. This is Y, and this is Z axis. I'm just taking shifting property of vectors. Can I shift it here? And this is the direction of omega, no? So make all co-initial vectors, V bar, AN bar, and omega bar, co-initial vectors, they will get aligned like this here. And what is AN? AN equal to V into omega. That acceleration is what is asking. Actually, should have said radial acceleration or central acceleration. As they are moving with a constant speed, so no question of tangential. That's why you called only acceleration. As the speed of the dog and cat are constant, as the I'll give the reasons now why there's no tangential. As the speed of dog and cat are constant, so no tangential acceleration. But is it direction is varying? Yes, continuously what happens as the cat moves, the velocity of the dog also will be directed towards C. So it will rotate, no? So therefore there's a change in direction of motion. So there's relative motion. So because of that, what happens? There is a centripetal acceleration. So how to calculate that one? So what I do is like, I'll resolve this u sine theta. I'm not going to do anything very big. I resolve u sine theta. I'll resolve one component of velocity. Best problem it is where student has to what all he learned, no, the basic he should apply properly. So this is u sine theta, and this is the velocity v bar, and this is r, no. This you take, this is a cat. Tell me like a omega u sine theta by r will give angular velocity. Will give angular velocity, and what is the direction of that angular velocity should be? It should be like this. Omega relative. Can you remember yesterday we discussed? So what is omega relative is equal to now? U sine theta by r. Then what is the tangential, what should be the normal acceleration? The normal acceleration definition should be equal to V into omega relative. So this should be equal to VU sine theta by R. As it is 0, so you can also call this as total acceleration. Nothing wrong. Got the idea, no? You have class now, 7:30. And I'll stop the class. Huh? You have to go attend chemistry, no? Okay, thank you, all of you.
Sir,
Thank you,
one
sir.
doubt, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Sir, in the exam, in some question, they ask TARIN, sir. Tarin. What is that, sir?
Which one, ma?
Some questions, wait, I'll take.
Question paper, huh?
Yes, sir, question paper.
Which question? Question number?
Let me check, sir.
So in the coin one, sir. Coin problem.
Where coin problem? Where is the coin problem? Number you tell me.
So it must be train.
Sir, 36.
36. Huh? Okay, I'll come to the 36. What happened?
Sir, what is that, sir? The train, sir.
A thin rod. It's a train inside train. So just it's a simple idea. I'll do this. So there's a bead. There's a bead like this. So weight mg will act. As it is kept in a train, no? The train. Huh? It is moving with an acceleration A. So pseudo force will act. And that will provide normal contact. And due to that, friction will act. Fine?
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.